right, so I got the pattern off of Etsy. I think it was Etsy. It was a larger bag because after listening to everybody on YouTube, they all said their fanny packs are small and they're always looking for the bigger one. I didn't need a really big one, but I wanted a bigger one, so like maybe a medium large size. The material I'm using is the Challenge Eco Pack. It's 100% recycled, and all the dyes are a certain way. So like this is the back. This is the front. We'll have a zipper. This is the top zipper. And this is the bottom. And these are where the sides, the belt will connect. This is the back. You don't have to use this if you want it super light. I just like to have something that's not, sweat producing like that. And then this will be used as an internal pocket. And then here's some webbing and a buckle. And here's the zippers. I'm doing waterproof zippers. You don't have to use waterproof zippers. They're a little bit different to use. Basically, I've got a whole bunch of zippers and I want to be as waterproof as possible. So the first thing, and the thing about waterproof zippers is this is the outside. This is the inside. So you have to kind of take that into account. It's almost backwards. So actually the first thing we're going to do is put the zipper across the top. How you do that, so whatever side your zipper is that you want out, you take your zipper pieces and you put them face to face. So I'll put that there, and I'll sew right along there, and then I'll do the same with the other side, and you flip them over like that, and then you get that nice clean edge, and then you tack down again. Pretty cool. So first thing to do is I'll get all the zippers on. And now I've changed to my zipper foot so I can get as close as I can. I'm going to try and run. So what I can do with my machine is I can move the needle over like so. That way I can get it kind of over. Then I'll just kind of keep an eye on this rubber part. There, we got that done. So now I'll fold this over, then I'll run another line right down there, and then that'll leave the zipper open. That's the zipper right there. I know that looks like the zipper, but this is what I want out in the weather. So I'll fold that on over. Get back in there. So we've got the thread going. Gonna fold it over. Okay, so there we got the zipper. Slide on down. I'll put the other side on, and then I'll do the front bag. Okay, so now I've got the zippers done. Now I'm going to move to the back, and I decided to put a little bit of this spacer fabric on the back, just so it gives me a little bit more airing. So if that was like just up next to me, I feel that would get kind of sweaty. So I'm going to sew that to that. And then on the inside, I'm going to sew in this little pocket, just to add another little space to put things in, just to help organize. So I'm going to, I just did a quick little hem on that. So I'm going to fasten that all together, and I'm going to sew around the outside to just make this one unit. Now we're going to take the top with the zipper, and here's the bottom of the bag. We're going to sew these together, but we'll put them right side to right side, just sew across that end and across this end, and then that'll give us our loop around the outside. So these are going to be the little tabs that the strap comes out of. And to do this, we're going to fold them inside out. Like say this is a strap, the one that goes all the way around your waist and it's going to have the buckle on it. We're going to sew it right here and down here. And then when that's done, we'll flip this inside out. And then we'll do the same for the buckle. Now the buckle side, we'll put the buckle kind of inside there, like so, and then we'll tack it. Put the buckle right inside there. We'll fold this over, and then we'll buckle it down, and then we'll trim, and we'll fold this back over, and then we'll trim it off. Get it so there's enough to be able to get a good bite on it. All right, looking good. All right, then we'll rotate it. So now, we'll pull that out. Straighten everything out. Then we get like that. Then I'll just trim that off. Looking good. Okay, so now it's time to put it all together, starting from the back, but everything's inside out. So I'll be sewing along there. So now is where you want, if you want your zipper to be a certain way, if you want a certain, a buckle on a certain side, you can decide all that now. So, I mean, honestly, to me, it's going to be, it's either you're going to be opening it one way or another. It doesn't really matter to me that much. So, I mean, I guess it'd be nice to have my right hand, but it really doesn't matter to me. So, we pull this together, and then, so I'll put it all together without the front on it, get all down, tack it all in. That will be the major construction, and then we'll do the front. So one thing on this pattern is they have these little darts that come in to kind of help make the bag kind of curve around and kind of be a kind of a pillow. So they have little marks. You see, like right there, and then a point there. So I've translated that onto my front. So a mark. Oh, you can be able to find a couple you can see. So there's a mark, and then on this side, I've just translated that and made a little mark down there. So now I'm just going to sew, really easy. So I'm going to sew from there to there, and that'll just make like a little triangle, but that'll make it so it's easier to go around a corner, make it look better. Okay, so now I'm going to put the front on. You can kind of see, sometimes I will just go crazy with my little clamps, especially when there's lots of curves and things like that. I find they're not that big a deal, just keep adding them on there, and it just really helps me. I've also opened up a zipper, because I'm not going to be able to sew over that big buckle there, and I'm going to need to get inside anyway to turn it all inside out. Yeah, very cool. So now I'm just going to sew on the front. You can see how kind of nice those little tucks made it fit real nice. Everybody, it's Bruce from Nature Calls. It's, what is it, middle of March, so it's kind of winter, but the bees are coming out. They're getting a little reprieve. So I've been inside. Try that again. Hey everybody, it's Bruce from Nature Calls. Middle of March and doing some projects, but I thought I'd come out and show you the bees are actually coming out a little bit today. So that's pretty cool. Love to see the bees out. But I made a fanny pack, which is like the latest craze in the backpacking world these days. And after watching a ton of videos on people were like saying, I need a bigger one, I need a bigger one. I've looked at like the big ones, it's like, okay, that's too big. The small ones are too small. So I went on to Etsy, found, I think it's prickly gorse, made a great pattern for this. And so I'm using the Challenge Eco Pack, so completely recyclable, and all the dyes and stuff are totally eco-friendly. And it came up with this size. I think it's a good size. So it's got an outer pocket, it's got a big inner pocket, then it's actually got another little pocket on the inside. Oh yeah, I would probably do this pattern again. I think it's good. I'd say on my pattern scale of 1 to 5 being difficulty, I would say this is probably 3.5, 3.5. If you keep adding things like I did to it, like the spacer fabric and things like that, that definitely gets it up to the 3.5, 4. You know, take your time. You know, there's lots of things you can add to it, you can take away from it, different components you can use. So I'll put links to Ripstop by the Roll, and I'll put a link to the pattern. All right, see you out on the trail. Bye now. Okay, so I used all waterproof stuff. The Eco Pack is definitely waterproof. I'm going to come through and I'm going to seam seal all these up, just because I've had stuff out, especially because it's like on the front of you, it's usually out in the weather. So I'm going to go ahead and seam seal up all these things someday. I did put some breathable stuff on the backs. I didn't want this right next to me. I thought that would just create sweat. So let's open it up. So this is that waterproof zipper. So this is the big compartment. And you can line these things, but I just don't see the point personally. There's just another little pocket on the inside. And as things fill up, all this gets tighter. So it's really loose right now, but here's this like inner pocket. Who knows what'll go in there. Big area in there. And then on the front, there's another fairly big pocket. So that'll be a big pocket there. Very nice. So let's show you how to do it. All right, let's see how I did. So, gotta lift one of these open. Well, let's see if I can get the big one open a little bit from the inside. And open these zippers up. Get my big hands in there. Okay, zip that one closed. Now we just got to turn it all outside in, inside out. And kind of get all the little corners all set in. So this is where you got to go through each corner and kind of push them all out. Very cool. Okay, a little bit more. All right, there we go. Now with this ribbon, it's really grosgrain grain ribbon, and if it's not good enough, I'll just tear it off or cut it off, and I'll just tack down some other ones. So it shouldn't be too big a deal.
To a fighting force to be feared in the Great War. In 1917, all of Europe was on the verge of bankruptcy, yet the Great War went on. Broken and war-weary, the Allies had one hope: fresh troops in America.
Okay, so just kind of put those little dots together. Just kind of fold it over, and then however which way you want to get there. Make sure I know where those little dots are. Make sure I turn on my sewing machine. Okay, I'm just going to estimate where that is. that's really it. Okay, so now, when I sew this onto the front, it'll have like a little bit of a, see, like a little bit of a puffy, pillowy, like that to all the different corners. The first thing I'm going to do before I sew the whole thing together, I've decided I'm going to sew some lines down, like one across the middle and then some down the side, and that way it'll keep this closer together and it'll make it look nice. So I'm going to do that first.